It's all the way to be happy in Jesus. It's all the way. There is no other way to be happy in Jesus. There is no other way. Pick up my phone, I'm trying to call. 2 a.m. I'm trying to call. You know the talk. 2 a.m. I pick up my phone, I'm trying to call. I'm trying to call. You know the talk. Talk for me, oh, 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 talk for me, oh. Talk for me, oh, talk for me, oh, talk for me, oh, talk for me, oh. Give me chance, hold my hands, hold me around, hold me down, push me down, hold me down, hold me down. Broken heart, broken dreams is a song we sing. That's something the food that we eat. Yeah, remember our memories. You are all welcome to this show. By the time we clock, 500 views, we are going to start. I pick up my phone, trying to call. 2 a.m. I pick up my phone. I'm trying to call. 2 a.m. I'm trying to call. But you know the talk. Talk for me. I pick up my phone. I'm trying to call. 2 a.m. I'm trying to call. But you know the talk. Talk for me, oh. 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 Talk for me, oh, talk for me, oh, talk for me, oh, talk for me, oh, talk for me, oh. I don't know if I'm done. I don't know if I'm done. You're all welcome. I'm seeing MCK, Windy Praise. You're all welcome to this show. Please keep on sharing, share it and inform. We'll begin the show immediately as we clock 500 views. We are just joining this show. This is Mark Barretta, Barretta News. Today is the 1st of March, and today we want to set in place our objective for the month. We want to put in place the directive for the month. It is a new month, and it's a month that we have to again re-energize ourselves as we move ahead to this, our winning struggle. So now we tell ourselves to speak to ourselves and make any man know say we are not yet giving up. It is not yet done. For all those in La Republique, for all those our enemies, all those who think that we are tired, no way. We are not tired. The sons and daughters of Ambazonia do not get tired. We do not get tired until we have reached in Buea. No matter how many people they killed, no matter how many houses they will burn, no matter all the names they will call us, our destination is Buea. So as we begin this new month in the year 2018, I have come today to remind us of certain peculiarities, to remind us of our objective, to remind us of our vision, to remind us that we have somewhere that we are going, that no matter what is happening on the ground, no matter what is happening in diaspora or in La Republique, we must remain focused. So if you are joining in, please do well to share this link, share it on WhatsApp, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, and share it everywhere so that Ambazonians should join us, should be aware that I'm live on this show. So please, if you are joining, you are welcome to this new month, the month of March. And we know that it is a month where we shall have rains. We already heard that last night in Buea. There were heavy rains in Buea last night. We know that we are approaching the rainy season. And those of us that we are used to going to the farms, you know, nowadays, as the rain falls, the soil becomes moisture and watered, and it will be good for us to plant. So today we have to encourage ourselves that as we are entering the month of March, as the rains begin to fall, let our ancestors bring to us those good tidings, so that before we conclude March, we should have a major breakthrough in our revelation to limit the pains of our people, both home and the diaspora. If you are joining in, please share this live, the link, share it on WhatsApp, share it on Facebook. We shall begin soon. You are all welcome. You are all welcome. I can see Ate Rashford was Rashlord. I can see Gabby Dandy. I can see Adepke Ambazonia Destiny. I can see Charles Bunwe. I can see Amber Pikin. I can see Anyan Precious. I can also see Awawung Collegine Dukle Asong. I can see Fidel Castro joining. I can see Ship Broker Paniba. All of you, Prince Davis XX, West the Zion, Bilem and Moby, you are all welcome to this live show. Princess Gina, you are all welcome to this live show. Naira, you are all welcome to live show. Please keep sharing. Immediately as we clock 500, my limit is 500. When we clock 500, we shall begin the show. Today we shall talk on some silent issues. Let me jot down something so that I don't forget what I'm about to say. So keep sharing, please. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. Don't stop to share. Shall begin in a jiffy. I can also see Joyce Fombang. I see McKay. I see Collins joining. I see Don Suprino, Pedra Cruz, Oliver Edgar, Ship Poker, Nello Webbs. I see all of you joining. Please share. Please share. Share and share. People are asking for the flag. I am not somewhere that I have the flag. You have the flag some other day. Sorry, I'm not sure that you can have the flag for now. I know we pay allegiance more to our flag. Derek Agenzia, you are welcome. All those who are welcome, calling from Ambazonia. I can see Honorable Allaho. You are welcome. I can see Miss Sona Ambazonia. The type of names that we have a lot of good names. The names that we have, those names are like that. I'm sure in our independent Ambazonia, we have good names. All those with anonymous profile. Boy Jerez, you are welcome. By the time we clock 500 views, we shall begin this live show. If you are joining in, this is Mark Barretta, your humble servant. Please continue to share while we listen to this, my favorite single of my junior brother, Jiggy Jiggy, of 2 a.m. I pick up my phone, I'm trying to call. 2 a.m. I'm trying to call. You know the talk. 2 a.m. I pick up my phone, I'm trying to call. 2 a.m. I'm trying to call. You know the talk. Talk for me, oh, oh. Talk for me, oh, oh. Talk for me, oh. Talk for me, oh, 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 oh. Talk for me, oh. Talk for me, oh, oh. You. Gile Kane, welcome. Darren Benteke, you are welcome. Achani Aldorf, you are welcome. Asel Bison, you are welcome. Felicia M4, you are welcome. Valerine Bois, you are welcome. Yagani Itol, you are welcome. All of you are welcome. We shall begin the show in the next few minutes.
Broken heart, broken dreams is a song we sing. Set some pain, the food that we eat. Yeah, remember our memories when we laughed, how we played through the rainy days. Why you gotta leave? Tell me why you gotta leave. Never got to the show. Never got to the show. 2 a.m. I pick up my phone. I'm trying to call. 2 a.m. I'm trying to talk, but you know the talk. 2 a.m. I pick up my phone. I'm trying to call. 2 a.m. I'm trying to talk, but you know the talk.
Talk for me, oh, 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 talk for me, oh. I'm on the cry. All right, it is 500. We are now at 500 views. We are going to begin this show. Good evening, my people of Ambazonia. Good morning and good night for those of you that are for far away land where they want to go for sleep. If you are calling, if you are tuning in from Kwakwa, from Ikiliwindi, from Mato, from Dadi, from Dadu, from Kumbo, from Kambe, those were there for Victoria, for Boya, for Tiko, inside Manu, all the time for Manfe, for Coupe, for Bongé, for Bolé, for Nake, for Bangem, for inside le BLM, Bamenda, for Wum, for Bello, for Fundong, for Akum, for Batibo, those are for abroad, for South Africa, Nigeria. My people they watch now from Ikom, from Calabar, Germany, USA, Canada. You are all welcome to this show. I don't come today for talk on two main issues. You know, say Diwa struggle way. It needs a man will continue for the educate ourselves. Yes, we not say Diwa struggle now a non-violent struggle. Difference there between self-defense and non-violence. So make we not be to ourselves. There's a difference between self-defense and non-violence. If you attack my homeland and I defend my homeland and you are hurt, it's not violence. It is self-defense. If you come into my homeland, you kill my parents, you burn my houses, you burn up when they're alive, I get right for doing what I say, anticipatory self-defense to attack. It's not violence. It's not violence. So I want to come today to say we need to educate ourselves very much. The Southern Cameroon struggle or revolution is a non-violent, peaceful revolution. But in that non-violent and peaceful revolution, we employ every means possible to defend homeland. And so there is a very thin line between violence and self-defense. No. Self-defense acts are not violent. We are a peaceful people. In fact, for 56 years, we have been peaceful. When we went out on the 11th of February 1961 to vote, we were peaceful. But we have been met with a very repressive and hard regime. They have killed us. In fact, this killing is not start today. No, it started as far back as in the 1960s and 61. They have killed us in all aspects. They have killed us when it comes to education, when it comes to our economy, when it comes to our human capacity, when it comes to every aspect of Ambazonian nationhood. We have been massacred. This is not the first time that we have been met with repression. When our parents went out to protest, to call for the creation of GCE board, or for the creation of the University of Boya, they were met with brutality. They were massacred. When those in Tole, when they privatized Tole, they were met with, our parents were met with brutality. When students in the University of Boya went out to protest, to call for basic necessities, they were met with brutality. When the SDF went out to launch the SDF in Bamenda, they were met with brutality. So it is not strange to us. But now, the children of our grandparents and parents, we have said, we will not play the fool anymore. We will not be like our parents who were so sober and say, yes, sir. This generation has said, no more, yes, sir. No more. Now it's like an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. You attack, I attack. You hit, I hit. So there is nothing like violence. No, it is a peaceful revolution. But that peaceful revolution has an element of self-defense. Self-defense is not violence. So today I've come to educate. You know, this is our struggle. all of us, since 2016, we have entangled ourselves in this show because we have been able to educate ourselves from that crook history, from that concrete history that the Julian Goss and the rest, they taught us in high school and university. Ambazonians have been able to do self-study. We have been able to do self-study to understand the true history of a revolution. That is why in Ambazonia, from the northern to the southern zone, even from that grandmother who went out with a peace plant, they have been able to know that what we are doing is the right thing. So we are going to continue this education. Today I've come to talk on two most important issues about elections and Women's Day boycott. It is important that we understand why we say there should be no elections. Because we have seen some people out there who are already trying to be they are filled with euphoria. We have seen even people who say they want independence. Now they are, because of Joshua Ossie, because he is young, he is fair, he's probably handsome, because he speaks English and French well, they think that with Joshua Ossie on the SDF ticket, it will be over. No way. So before we say no elections, it is good that we educate ourselves. So I've come today to educate you. We are going to win these no elections not by self-defense action, by the way. We are going to win it by our collective effort to stay home. So today I'll begin the education of why we have to boycott the so-called elections in Ambazonia. Not necessarily because you are a restorationist or because you are a federalist, but I want to give you the argument, I want to give you the talking point that you will use to tell your children, to tell your comrades, to defend yourself when you talk about that there should be no elections in Ambazonia. All those who are saying there should be elections, they are just filled with excitement. You'll be excited. October will come and it will pass. The CPDM and the Betty Mafia, the Betty and the Bulu Mafia will steal the elections. You will shout and shout. France will endorse it and say, oh, it was free and fair, though with some little irregularities. USA will endorse it, and they must have played over you. Then you start crying and say, had I known? No. We will not play the fool. We will not play the fool anymore. We will not play the fool anymore. 2011 was the best time for Joshua Ossie. But this year is a different year. It's a technical year. The whole dynamics, in fact, business cannot go on in Ambazonia as before. The whole political setup, it has changed. It has changed. So today, I have come to educate you on two major points. The issue of elections, why as Ambazonians, and even you as a federalist, and even you as a unionist, why you must not support any election in Ambazonia. It is not because you want independence or because you want a 2-state or 10-state federation. It is because the conditions, the environment to allow that to take place is not there. Let me begin. The first thing that we understand is that when we talk of, let me assume that we are still back in 2016 where we were talking about federation. Let's assume that we're talking about federation and there's something like independent Ambazonia. Let's assume that. Let's assume. The first thing we must know is that the machinery which organized election in the Cameroons is Elekam. And that body has not changed. That body. Now I'm talking now to the federalists who supports elections and to the unionists who support elections. I know that people like us that we are restorationists, we have said it's a no-go area. And we shall do it. I'm saying that we shall make sure that in Ambazonia, come rain or sun, there will be no elections. But today I have come to educate you, to give you the reasons why we are saying that there should be no elections. We will not do it by holding the gun, no. We will do it by word of mouth, by advocacy, by telling our people the reason why they should stay home. It will be easy. It will be easy. Our people, nobody will force you to take your food and go to a polling vote to vote for any parliamentary or presidential. So we shall do it by education, to educate, to campaign, to advocate, to use social media, to use every means at our disposal to ensure that that election doesn't take place. Now, let me tell you why it must not take place. The first reason is that, number one, when you talk about elections, which is a body that organizes elections in Cameroon, Elekam. When you look at Elekam is being filled with the so-called Bias boys. Elekam is not independent. The very SDF and the very political parties, they have been saying that they need an independent Elekam. Elekam is being filled with the Jomas. It's being filled with, look at Elekam, the main body. It's being filled with everyone who is, they are CBDM diehard. How do you expect someone who pays allegiance to a party and not to the country to ensure a free and fair election? No. The SDOs are still very active in this process. The DOs are still very active in this process. The military are still very active in this process. The governors are still very, very active in this process. So therefore, there is no election that will be organized by Elekam that will be deemed free and fair. Talkless of this very crucial year in Amazonia, that will be deemed free and fair. Now, number two, they have brought to you what they call a constitutional council. That constitutional council, again, is being filled with CBDM diehard. That constitutional council will be the one to give a final ruling if there is a problem with elections. Assume that there is an election now in Amazonia and in La Republic, and some political parties file a complaint. Good and famous. They will suspend it, but the Constitutional Council will sit and they will rule that Mr. Bias CBDM will win. I don't care if Mr. Bias runs or not. Whoever runs on the CBDM ticket, whether it's Bias or not, the ruling junta will ensure that power stays with the mafia. Even if Francophones and Communists want otherwise, the ruling junta will make sure power stays within the center. Recall that in 92, Frundi won. It's clear. Frundi won. The Francophones rallied behind Frundi. Frundi won. Frundi won. Frundi won right in the military barracks. Frundi won right in Bias village. The Francophones from the 8 regions rallied behind Frundi. Yes, they voted for Frundi. But yet, the ruling junta managed to find its way and stole the election. What about today, in 2018, when Anglophones are saying that they want a separate country, when there is an apparent hatred within the Francophones now against Anglophones? Do we think that the Francophones will even like to see any Anglophone in the head of Etudi? Do we even think that it will happen? That the ruling mafia will give Etudi to an Anglophone, knowing fully well that the current situation in Amazonia, that they know that we are fighting for something. No. The Francophones, they will not rally any behind Anglophone. They will not rally. They did that in 92, and they stopped. They stopped. That's number two. So, the first is the Elekam. Elekam is not independent. There is no way Elekam from the regional to the divisional and the central level is being filled with diehards of CBDM. All these my friends who work in Elekam that are young boys, they are just people, they are just young people who have no job, or people that they have no role to play. So if you think that you are a young guy working in Elekam, you have no role. Your role is to what? You compile the thing and give, but power lies somewhere. So there is no way you will tell me that Elekam will ensure that the opposition wins Pobia. No. The military junta will not allow that to happen. That is the first when you talk about Elekam. Number two, I have talked about the Constitutional Council. The Constitutional Council has been put in place this year because the ruling junta knows that this year is a special year in line with the Anglophone crisis. So they have put in place a Constitutional Council that will endorse their fraudulent election. Yes, their fraudulent election. Number three, the opposition is weak. The opposition cannot even come together. SDF wants to be the president. Maurice Kamto, Ben Muna, Akere Muna, and the rest. we have many candidates who think that they can be. From history, it has shown that the opposition that filled with greed, bad faith, they only go out there to collect money, to tap their own money from the regime. They want to tap more money from the regime. To tap money. It's all scam. They go out there and say, I want to be president. They collect money from the regime. And the regime itself will set out many parties to go. It's all scam. To scam the government, to receive more money for greed. The opposition party, if they are sincere, they will come together. They will come together to give out a single candidate and rally the masses. But from history, it is showing that it will not happen. It will not happen because greed, bad faith, dishonesty, fraud has taken over the political class in the Cameroons. That is the third point. That's the third point I want to raise when it comes to election. Now, you talk about they have called a senatorial election. I want to applaud Maurice Kamto. I want to applaud Maurice Kamto, who says he will not take part in any senatorial election. Why? Because there is no way you will call a senatorial election for this year to vote new senators, and you are using old councillors, you are using mayors and councillors that were voted many years ago to vote in 2018. If this regime was sincere, if the regime wanted to understand the political temperature, to understand how it goes, the regime would have called for councillors and regional elections first to at least to get the true state of the political atmosphere in the Cameroons, both in La République and Amazonia. Because there is no way you can use old councillors, whereas all of them are 90% CVDM councillors, CVDM mayors, to vote new senators. So immediately you are saying that automatically the new senators that will be voted, majority will be CVDM. It's clear. It's clear. And President Paul Biya has the means to vote to appoint 30% of that. Which means President Paul Biya will appoint 30% of those senators that will be people loyal to him. At the same time, the CVDM councillors are voting those who are loyal to Paul Biya. So when you talk about, when you SDF or political parties, when you talk about that you want to take part in a senatorial election, what exactly are you doing? You are just helping to legitimize Paul Biya. No, you are helping Paul Biya. You are helping Paul Biya. So there is no way the SDF will tell me that in a council which is in a region which is mostly CVDM councillors, you tell me that the councillors will vote SDF. There's no way. It is either the SDF party has gone into an arrangement with Paul Biya. So okay, we shall go into this election, but you will give us, you allow us. Yes, that's what the CBN does. The CBN does what? It allows certain councils, certain areas to SDF. Okay, you see, need your fundi. Oh yeah, I will give you Mesame. Mesam, no, you take Mesam. Take Kumbo. Take Kumba 1. Take Moyoka. But Boya, there's no way. Boya remains to CBN. Limbe, Victoria CBN, Tico CBN. You can take them. That's what they do. That's what the CBN does. So it is either they have negotiated, because truly I can't understand that the SDF or any political party will accept to go in for a senatorial election that will harbor all councillors voting. I will understand that, okay, if Mr. Biya said, let us go on and have new councillors, I will understand that maybe we will have new councillors that will go in Amazonia, people who will understand the feeling, the present feeling of a revolution, people who go there to send people who understand this Anglophone crisis. I don't care even if they're off specialists. But the main fact that the CBDM regime called senatorial election first, before even council election, it shows the bad faith that they have. So, I'm confident that this CBDM regime, they have already arranged, with SDF, say, please, you are the main political party in Amazonia, because we know your force. Come in, don't bother, we will give you Mesam. We will give you Kumbo. Then, of course, out of the 30 people that, out of the 30% that Biya will appoint, we say, okay, we might appoint few from the SDF. Mr. Fundi, can you send a list of those that you like to be appointed? Yes. That's what it will happen. It will happen. That is why the election is a sham. That is why when we take part in the election, we are just trying to legitimize the CBDM. For all those who say we can resolve this crisis through a political means. Now tell me, how do you intend to resolve this crisis through a political means by participating in an election? An election that you know very well that you can't win. It's a fact. We know it. You have Elekam, all CBDM, Constitutional Council, all CBDM. They have the SDOs who are actually taking part. They have DOs, they have governors, they have the military gendarmes at their disposal. People who are non-independent, people who don't stay away from election, they take part actively to organize the fraud, to help the regime win the election. So you tell Margarita, please, let us go for elections. Now, I'm still convinced me that election will put in place senators, will put in place parliamentarians who understand the realities of the Anglophone crisis. Convince me, then I will give up and say, okay, let's go for the elections and campaign. Convince me that things have changed. What has changed? We have current CBDM parliamentarians, senators. They are quiet. The current, in fact, the SC parliamentarians are even better. We have current CBDM parliamentarians and senators. They are quiet. There are killings going on in Kwakwa. It goes on in Bonge. It goes on in everywhere. They burnt houses. They keep people alive. These CBDM senators and parliamentarians, they have issued no, they are silent. CBDM mayors, parliamentarians, they are all silent. Nobody is talking. Nobody is talking. So, what will change? What will change that when we allow the election to take place? When we know that we are still going to put in place the same crooks, the same people that have shown no sympathy to Anglophone Cameroonians, no sympathy to Mami Api, who died in Kwakwa, no sympathy to Mami Frida, who was burnt in Bole, no sympathy to Samsoya, whose neck was slaughtered. How can you convince us, Ambazonians, that please just let's go for elections? Convince us. So I'm asking, what will SDF or CBDM go to and campaign? Tell me, Joshua Osi of SDF or whoever in the campaign trail. Tell me what you will go to in Bamenda and campaign for. Tell me what you will go to Bonga and campaign. Tell me how you will go to Manfe and campaign. What will you tell the people that vote for me? That when I go to I'll bring change. See, we are not fools. We are not fools. So please let us understand this argument, so that when you discuss with people, when you tell your children, you will tell them why you say there should be no election, because there is no use. There is no use for the election. There is no use because you are organizing an election where you know the outcome. It's different. Don't tell me people's power. Suppose say, let us go and vote and defend our vote. Okay. And the phones went out with peaceful plans to protest. They were mad, they were killed and massacred. So you are telling me, Mabarina, that you vote and go out to defend your vote. What happened? You will be mad with bullets. Yes, in bullets. Even in 92, if people could not defend that vote to save Fundi, do you think in 2018 you do that with the current killings in Ambazonia? There is no way. There is no logic for us to. I've come to educate us because there is no logic. How can you convince Ambazonians that when we go out to vote, you say no, go and vote. When you go and vote, defend your vote. How do you defend that vote? You are going to vote, knowing fully well that Elekam has already have a result prepared. And you say, from Anglophones, look today in La République, 300 teachers for crying that they don't have arrears of a salary. They have been locked up. Just like that. So, are you telling us that in 2018 October, when there were elections, if they announced that CBDM has won, you will go out and protest? to receive more bloodshed, right? Is that what you're telling me? Are you telling me that when you go out and vote and they declare CPDM winner, you in Douala, in you Francophones in Douala, in Bafoussam, in Yaoundé, you will go out and protest and say, no, we want our real result. You will be slaughtered. You will be slaughtered like how they have slaughtered us in Amazonia. And we will not allow our people to be slaughtered more in Amazonia. That is why we will not say, go out and vote. Then defend your vote. Because we know that though we have learned our lessons. The best we can do will be to delegitimize this regime. Yes. That is why I'm saying that as Anglophones, as Amazonians, we have the power to push Mr. Biya, to push the Republic for that dialogue. And SDF has a role. How? This is how SDF can help us. SDF can help us not by going for an election that you know the outcome. The SDF, as a main political party in Amazonia, they can help this revolution. SDF, you have said that you want all to be released. SDF, you have said that you want a 10-state federation. SDF, you have said that Mr. Biya is not doing enough to resolve this crisis. We agree on what you have said. But the SDF has the unique power now to push Mr. Biya, to make sure Mr. Biya goes ahead to call that dialogue that you want. You have been saying in the past, for the past two years, you have been writing SDF always, dialogue, Mr. Biya has not listened. Mr. John Fundi, you have written a letter to Mr. Biya, open letter, this morning when one SDF MP sent me the audio of your letter to Paul Biya. When I read it, I wept. I wept because I felt the sincerity in Neil John's words. I wept because the military, the civilians, we are killing ourselves. I wept because innocent families are losing loved ones, not by their own making, but by the making of somebody there up there in Yaoundé. I wept because for the first time, I felt something different. Let me be sincere. When I listened to that audio sent to me by one SDF parliamentarian this morning, I will not call his name, when Nijo Funis wrote an open letter to Paul Biya, I felt the sincerity in Nijo's words. I felt it that this man, he wants an end to this crisis. Because whether we like it or not, from now to October, it is showing that many more will die. But we have the opportunity to stop it. We have it. When I listen to it, I see innocent military families crying. Not by their own making. By the making of one man there in Ituri. I see Amazonians, parents, families crying. Houses have been, I wept because I felt a pain right deep within me. And I said, I have to come on life and educate that we have the opportunity, using the SDF, politically back home, to hold this regime. Now, the international community, they have been saying that they want dialogue. They have called for dialogue is not going. How will the SDF help us? Everywhere we know that though the SDF is a national party, yes, but the SDF foundation, its roots is in Amazonia. If the SDF goes out there and said, okay, we have put in place a presidential candidate, but for now, Mr. Biya, we are suspending our participation in any senatorial or parliamentary or presidential election until you have resolved this crisis. I bet you, Biya will budge. Because it will mean that in Amazonia, no party is taking place. It will mean that we must have delegitimized the regime. Imagine that you call an election and only 8 regions went out to vote. Imagine that in an election, in parliamentary, senatorial, and presidential election, all those in Amazonia stays home. If we stay home, we have sent a very powerful message. Yes, we have sent a very powerful message. It means that we have the opportunity for the SDF to live up to its reputation. Because the SDF I'm saying the SDF because the SDF is the main party in Amazonia. And the SDF militants, 90% of them are Amazonians. The SDF militants in Amazonia, all of them, there are people who want to see a free Southern Cameroons. The SDF has the similar opportunity. We accept that you have your presidential candidate. You have been calling for dialogue, it's not happening. Now you have the political power to make sure that Biya calls for that dialogue. You have it. You have it. By making sure that you don't participate in that election. Because the SDF, you know. The SDF knows that when they go, they will not win. They know it. Unless you have to go, collect your own money to show you participate. One militant of the SDF told me that the SDF had promised that they will no longer boycott any other election after boycotting parliamentary elections some years back. But the SDF should understand that we are in a different era. The SDF now knows that the people of Amazonia back home, in their majority, they want a change. They want a change in the state, in the form of state, if not even independence. So the SDF at this stage should push more for a referendum. Should push more for a referendum. The SDF should be able to tell Mr. Biya that we as the SDF political party, because we have our political base in Amazonia, or you call it Southern Cameroon or North and Southwest region, we will take part only in an election which the people in Amazonia will go out to express their will on the type, the form of state in which they want. And of course, there are many reasons. There are many reasons to give. We are under occupation. The military is everywhere. We have refugees in Nigeria. We have killings going on. Civilians are being killed. Military are being killed. We have internal and external people are being displaced from their homes. We have people being burnt alive in Amazonia. We see people, they see comes of military in the bushes. We see comes of people on river banks. There are 1,001 reasons that the SDF can hold, and I believe the international community will side with the SDF. There is no reasons when we go out to vote in the election, you are going to say, I accept Cameroon. When you go out to vote, you are voting to give President Paul Biya legitimacy. So when we are angry with the SDF because the SDF should not take this position of having an election. Because majority of the SDF militants, all of them, they are bona fide Amazonians. Let's not even forget the root cause, why the SDF, why Albert Bukong and the rest, why they formed the SDF. The SDF has transformed itself into a national party. Fine and good. But we are saying that as Amazonians, there is no way in all good faith. There is no way, whether you are a unionist or you are a federalist, there is no way we will consider the present scenario. Because what happens is that if you push through this election, you may manage to have your senatorial elections go through because you have CPD and councillors in one room. You may manage to have that go through. But for the parliamentary and presidential, where you have people to leave their homes, stand on the line, on the polling station to vote, it will be very difficult. Unless that during the election, you have military with ready-made everywhere. But we are saying that as Amazonians, we will come out forcefully. We will come out forcefully to tell our people to stay home, to boycott any election in Amazonia. And we shall use our own self-defense military tactics to do that also. Yes. But we are saying that John Fundi, as the father of the SDF, as someone that we look up to, you have the opportunity to tell that, okay, Mr. Paul Biya, we have shown you that we want to go in for elections. That is why, even despite the threat from Amazonians, I went ahead and we had a presidential candidate. Mr. Biya, I have written to you an open letter. Mr. Biya, I have shown you that the SDF has an interest in this election. But going forward, we shall suspend our opposition. Suspend it, Mr. SDF. Suspend it. Suspend it. If you want that, this will be true dialogue. Suspend your participation in the senatorial, in the parliamentary, and presidential. Suspend it. so that you can use that to push Biya for dialogue. And I say this also to all those anglophone politicians, to Kawala, to Akeremuna. You can as well come together as anglophones, at least. Because don't tell me that you are happy. See people being killed every day. No one is happy. No one is happy. It's a soul. We are losing our souls. Because now in Amazonia, people see military are dead, they are happy. Why the military they kill us without any remorse. And the foreign politicians, I'm talking to Kawala, to Muna, Akere, and Fundi, all those who think they want to run for election, come together and pull out, use now your power to pull out and push Mr. Biya to take a position. Do that for all those who are dying every day. Do that for all those. Do that for everyone. Go to Batibo. Now you see, self-defense are now going ahead to arrest. They are arresting our own people. They are arresting our own people. Because no one who works with the civil administrator, other civil administrators who are anglophones, I sympathize with them. I understand with them that sometimes it is difficult. But when you work with that regime, what do you want us to do? So anglophone politicians must look beyond greed, look beyond the fact that you want money. Look at the people who are dying in Bonge. Look at the people who are dying in Manu, who are dying in Bangem, who are dying in Kwakwa, who are dying in Batibo, who are dying in Kumbo, who are dying in Iklewindi. A lot of things are going on. You know that it is not right. You know that there is no way we can organize election in this mood. I'm coming this way so that we can collectively know our argument to put forth. Because people say that, no, what option do you have? Let's allow election to take place. When the election takes place, they will solve it. How? Because this election will take place, CBDM will win. CBDM has not shown any interest that they want to resolve this crisis. As if you saw it in Parliament, you went there with your peace flag. You dance. Still yet, the Parliament succeeded in doing its activities. They look at you as fools. They even look at you as fools. So, are you telling me that you have to go on to organize an election? That by that election, you directly put in place the same CBDM people in Senate. Habai. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. And the foreign politicians, you must go beyond this issue. So please, I'm talking now to all our parents, to all people who have parents, who have uncles, who are anglophone civil servants, who are also in the military, who are also in the political parties. It is time for us to come home and talk. The killings are too much. The killings are too much. Despite the fact that the military are dying, the killings is too much. One family lost is more. The pain is much. Because life, they say life is sacred. Life is sacred. The killings are much. But we can stop it. We can stop it. And the regime should be aware that we're not giving up. We're not giving up. We're not giving up. Because we have the right to protect and defend our homeland. But because of the election fever, I think it's an opportunity for us to educate ourselves that there is no way within God and man we can go ahead to have an election. Elections can only take place where we must have resolved the Southern Cameroon's question. It's a major crisis. The Northwest and Southwest is not just like any other region. No. It is a state. It is a country that willfully voted to join the Republic. You cannot compare North and Southwest with any other region in the Republic. No. We are a people, distinct in culture, distinct in everything. So the Barrister Akeremuna, Kawala, John Frundi. These are the three main politicians in Anglo Cameroon that we have seen that they have an interest to go in for the elections. But you can save your people. Because I bet you, if you push through the elections, many more military will die. Many more civilians will die. For what is happening. For what is happening, it is evident, it is clear that between now and October, and maybe during the election itself, many more military will go. And at the same while, many more people will go. But a very big statement from the SDF to say, Mr. Biya, we have shown you that we want to take part in this election by electing our presidential candidate. But for now, we think that the atmosphere is not right. It's not right. It's not right. How do you have to go to Kwakwa and campaign? That vote for, that all homes are ashes. In Bongé, homes are down. In Kebong, how will the SDF go and campaign in the BLM? How will you campaign in Bello, in Batibo? How will you campaign in Kumbo? How will you campaign in Du? How will you campaign in Kwakwa, in Kumba? What do you want to tell our people? That you have to be a president of the Republic in A2D to solve it. And you think that when you are there, the French or France will say, okay, solve it peacefully. So please, Amazonians, we know that there is no way we can take part in this election. Whether it is senatorial or parliamentary or presidential, we have the moral responsibility to ask our people to stay home. Yes. Let us ask our people to stay home because there is no way. Don't tell me you want to go out and vote and defend your vote. You are calling direct massacre. Because when you say you will vote and defend your vote, the ruling junta will send their military. The military is not independent. The military in Cameroon, the gendarmes, the police, the army is not there. The army doesn't pay allegiance to the flag. No. The army pays allegiance to Pobia. There are the two things. The army is not there to defend the people of the Cameroons. No. The army, the gendarmes, the police, they are there to defend the Petit clan. They are there to defend the Ewondo clan. They are there to defend the Bulu clan. They are there to defend the mafia. They are there to defend Pobia. So if you tell me that you go out and vote, and when the election rules that CVDM wins, then you go out. You in the West region, you will be killed. You in Douala, you will be killed. You in Bafoussam, you will be killed. You in the North, you will be killed. You in La République, you will be killed because they will kill you and kill you because they want to maintain the ruling junta. And of course, those of us in Amazonia, we have chosen our path. But we will not send our people to go out again to vote and then tell them that when you vote, go out to defend that vote. Don't kill us. If they can kill us now by just going out with a peace plant, if they can kill us now by burning our homes, what more of an election that they think that you don't even have a right? Yes, La République knows that we don't even have a right. What more of an election? They might even spare those in La République, but they will bounce on you. They will use that anger to bounce on you. No, we will not again send our mothers. We will not send our children. We have done that already. We will no more do that again. We will no more do that. We will no more send our people to go and vote and tell them to defend their vote. What are they defending? What are they defending? So we are saying that boycott also is a political process. Boycott is a political process. Boycott is a statement. When we boycotted 11th of February and not go out, we sent a statement. So I think that the SDF can use this period to send a statement and tell the USA and France, all those who have called Mr. Biya for dialogue, to say this is the time for Mr. Biya to call that dialogue to discuss on the root causes of this revolution. And yes, the dialogue has not been called. Call that dialogue with a third party and see if the interim government will not come. Call it. Call it. Challenge us. Call it and see if the interim government will not come when we have it open with a third party and the venue is known by everyone. We put everything on the table. Yes, you put there, you put federalism, you put separation, and let's discuss. Let's discuss. And the outcome should be a referendum. Let the people of South and Northwest, let them decide if they want to stay in the 10-state federation or in the 2-state federation, or if they want to go their separate ways. Give the people of Northwest and Southwest the opportunity to decide their future. That is what you Fundi, that is what you Kawala and Kakeresh will doing. Don't tell me that you want to go out for elections. No. When we went out on September 22nd and October 1st, we gave the biggest statement since 11th of February 1961. But let Akeremuna, let Kawala, let Fundi, and let the SDF know that Amazonians will live free or die. Let them know that we will not sit, fold our arms, and see you try to torpedo our movement. We will not sit, fold our arms, and see you moving. In fact, how you want first move from Kumba to Boya? How you want move first from Manfe to Lebialem to campaign? You want to talk something? What you want to talk? Say vote for me. When you vote for me, I will go for A2D. I will release much of them. I will solve the problem. Bullshit. 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 So, people of Amazonia, wherever you are watching, if you are at home, you are watching, now you have seen, now you have the reasons why we say no election. It is not as if we just want trouble. No. Suppose say, no, you want trouble. No. We don't want trouble. On every platform, by every reason, by every moral standard, there is no way we can allow elections to go on in Amazon. There is no way. There is no way. There's no way. There's no way. Don't tell me that you are a radical. You are a radical. You want you don't want peace. No. No. We want peace. But before having peace, there should be justice. There should be justice. And that justice will not come by us going to vote to put in place the very people that are killing us. No way. No way now. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. So please, now you have the reasons. When you go out to, when you see anyone putting a post on Facebook, I've seen them, some of them, and people who said, like, one of my old friend, he called himself Waters on Econ. That's someone, just last 2 weeks, he was talking about that why he called me a traitor for saying that ACT can come together. That's someone as of last week ago, he was saying that, hey, we will need independence. The IG. Today, I'm hearing that, hey, we should leave OC to run. We should leave SDF. It's an opportunity for OC to run. Let the election take place. You see, people who have no focus, people who are dancing when the winning blows they go. These are the type of fools, innuendos, nganakos. People who are looking for political positions. Maybe he knows OC. Maybe in the past he may have discussed with OC. Maybe all those people, maybe they took picture. So they are already, those are hypocrites. Those are fools. All those who are saying that, no, OC is young. OC is the SDF candidate. OC relates with the youth. OC is a this. He relates with the youth. He will love us. OC is bilingual. OC will bring us this. All of you are political prostitutes. All of you are hypocrites because you stood and you took picture with OC. Because you are already focusing. Say, hey, OC can win, OC can win, and when OC wins, hey, OC will give you a political position. Yes, you are fools. You are greedy. You are greedy people, hypocrites. All of you. All those you youth of Anglophone Cameroon that you have posted on Facebook, you know yourself, talking that we should allow the SDF, and I'm very sad that some of them are my friends that I know. I'm very sad. I'm very sad. I'm very sad. And there are some people who are claiming that they are for independence. That is why I love Tabang Ivo. Yes, I will accept Tabang Ivo as my friend than anyone. Because there's some people who say independence. But deep in them, they are SDF. Deep in them, their SDF cloth is still with them. They can't leave SDF go. Everything they'll say, this IG is our government. Hey, this, don't accuse the IG. Hey, don't do the IG. Don't do the IG. Leave. Don't say this. We have independence. This. The very people are now supporting, saying, hey, Osi is a fine, handsome, yellow boy. Osi is he relates with the youth. Osi speaks French. If Osi can win in La République Dollar, it means Osi can galvanize and the phone. Bullshit. You are greedy people. Greedy. Because you took picture with Osi. Because you have Osi's phone number. You are only thinking, you don't even think about those who in fact, how greedy are you people? You can't even think about all those who died. You don't even know what's happening in Amazonia. You are only looking ahead that Osi can appoint me one director in one place. Osi can put me a minister somewhere. Or Osi can make me an ambassador somewhere. Foolish, greedy, youthful Anglophones. Foolish, greedy, youthful Anglophones. People who preach independence, but behind their mind, they are that's like Tapang. Tapang even I'm not even sure he's a socialist. I'm not sure. No. Tapang Ivo is a radical. He's a radical. Hello, President. Yes, fine, President. Yes, yeah. Are they live? I don't know if I have to call you back. Okay, President. Okay, President. All right. Okay, President. All right, President. Yeah. Sorry, the acting president, Dr. Sako, was calling. You know, when you receive a call like that from the acting president, there is no way you can continue talking. You have to stop and get the call from the acting president, from the big man. So, as I was saying, all those who go out, they want to. I'm saying that be afraid of these people. I'm calling that one his name. He called himself Waters on Lekon. Who was in fact, I'm ashamed of him. I'm ashamed. He is a disgrace to humanity. It's a disgrace. That's someone who calls me bona fide ambassador than me. He calls me a traitor. Me, Mark Barretta. Because I blocked and I posted about AK and whoever. He called me a traitor. Now he's the one now saying that OC should be allowed to run. SDF, very foolish, nonsensical, nonsense people. And there are many of them on Facebook. There are many of them. Yes, we said that people have political opinion. But please don't give that bullshit. Don't tell me that you don't know that Elekam will not give way. Don't tell me that you left Cameroon. You left Cameroon, and you are somewhere also as a refugee. You are somewhere as a refugee. You are running also. They are telling me to allow. But be careful there. Be careful. Be careful. Yes, I call his name. Waters on Lekon. The pioneer president of Umsu. Someone I've held in very high esteem. Who tries to challenge me. And call me a traitor. Then before I knew it, he's on Facebook campaigning for SDF, telling people that OC should allow to run. What Aram nonsense! What hypocrisy! What political nonsensical foolish move! In Guanamondos, Pandestawa, water for beans, bushmeat. So please, all those who are on Facebook saying, "Osi, you know the outcome of elections. You know, you are indirectly helping La République. You are helping La République to enslave us because you are only thinking that you'll be the Minister of Education, or you'll be one section of state somewhere." But know that we will not allow that to happen. 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 We know you have your political right to decide. But you should be like Tapang, who is a one-man soldier. Tapang who says, no, I'm not sure Ivo is lying. There is no way Ivo can be a federalist. Because from his what? From his action, you see someone who is an independentist. Yes. I prefer Tapang Ivo. I prefer him. Because he says his thing as it is. He says he doesn't care whether you vex or you don't vex. He says and you go. You vex to see, he block you. He go in. He don't care. But Tapang Ivo is a radical federalist. I call it radical far-right federalist. And he's better, 1 million better than many of you, people who call independence every day. Many of you are fake. And you come and you tell us that you are not allowed to go. There will be no elections in Amazonia. No one. There won't be. We shall use all means by our disposal to fight it. And we are saying that for any Anglophone, for any individual who try to get in our way, we will join you with our public and fight you. Foolish. Dirty for tilapia. All right. Please, my papa, I want to move now to the next point of the agenda. So I hope say we are not filled with the information. So please go out there. Jesus Christ says, when they killed Christ, when Christ and John for died, Holy Spirit come. Holy Spirit will fill the disciples. Say, go out there ye and proclaim the word of God until the ends of the earth. So please, Amazonians on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on Twitter, those back home in Kwakwa, in the Kilirindi, in Mato, in Kosala 1, Kosala 2, Fiango, Three Corners, Motombolambo, Jinikinjum, Bello, Fundo, Kumbo, Nkambe, Victoria Boya, Boissa, Bokwango, Bokwa, My 16, Munya, Ekona, Boyoka, Banga Bakundu, Boa Bakundu, Bole, Nake, Tiko, for Long Street, everywhere, Bamenda, Fonja Street, everywhere you are, now going out there and spread the word and say that we are saying that any election in Amazonia is a taboo. It's a taboo. For all those who go out to vote, for all those who go out to campaign, for all those who go out to register, know that you are going against the spirit and letter of this revolution. You are going against all those who have laid down their souls for the revolution. Yes, we can use the issue of boycott. We can use the fact that in Amazonia, there was no election to delegitimize Paul Biya and La République. We can use that. We are now in the 10th month. This revolution began in October 2016. October, November, December, January, till now, we are now going into 1 year plus months. We are not getting tired. We're not getting tired. We will live free or die. As the month keeps by, we will continue to build our momentum. We will not get tired. So we are saying a very strong word to all those in the regime. If you think that you will get us tired, if you think that you will scratch us, you are fooling yourself. Because for every soul that you kill in Amazonia, you arise our temper. For every house that you burnt in Amazonia, you make us only stronger. For every person that you abduct, you will keep us only stronger. We will not relent our effort because we will keep on pushing. Yes, we will push on. We will support our self-defense forces. We will support all groups of our interim government. Forget about the argument. Forget. We will argue. But when you come to touch us, within us, we will come together and fight you. Forget that nonsense. That's true. That's not famous. Argue. Forget that thing. That's Bogo talk. Forget. So we are telling the people to be aware. To be aware. We have seen some blogs saying people are happy. They're happy that we are divided. Who told you that we are divided? Who told you? Who told you? Who told you that we must be united like this? You want us to come as one so that you can get into us and throw us away. No way! No way! We have unity in diversity in the struggle. Yes. We have unity in the struggle. You want us to come together as one block so that you come and take us. No way! No way! No way! No way! No way! We shall fight you block by block. We shall fight you inch by inch, land by land, until we arrive Boya. Yeah, yes, we arrive Boya. We will reach Boya. For Boya is our homeland. For our parents didn't go out to vote to be killed. For Mami Api, that was burnt alive in Kwakwa. For Mami Frida, that was burnt alive in Bobagundu. For that little boy, that was shot on the leg in Bobagundu and burnt alive. For Sam Sawyer, who was brutally murdered and slaughtered, that up to today, you have refused to give his corpse for burial. For all those who now sleeps in the bushes, you think it's over. You think it's over. You think it's over. It's not over. Because all those who are sleeping in the bushes, all those young children that you have sent away to Nigeria, all those young boys in their 18s, 16s, that you have forced them to pick up weapons, that you have made them to sleep in the bush, that you have made them to eat gumbip, that you have made them to produce bush fire, to cook. For all those people that you have sent away, they will come for you. They will come for you because it will not end. They will come for you, whether it's today or tomorrow, they will come for you. Even if we must have restored and free Amazonia, we will open up a political space for dissidents in La Republic to come in, plan, go back and hurt you in La Republic. We will come for you. We will come for you. We will come for you. Now this takes me to the next point of the agenda, Women's Day. Women's Day. Today we begin formal campaign against Women's Day. Listen, Women's Day is a scam. Women's Day is a scam. Go to countries like Ghana, elsewhere. It is low-key. It is low-key. On Women's Day, other countries, they look at ways in which they can improve the life of the girl child. In other countries, they do a stock. They look at how much does a girl child earn or a woman earns. They try to compare the salary scale between women and men to see how they can bridge the gap. They try to look at ways they can help to avoid the female genital mutilation. They look at how they can help women with breast cancer. They look at how they can improve the livelihood of women. But in the Cameroons, Women's Day is meant to propagate drink and get drunk. It's meant for the women to sing, dance, have sex, eat bubalo, and sleep. No. We don't want that type of a Women's Day. And what's the fact that that women's fabric is being produced by Chantal Biya's foundation? There is no way we in Amazonia women can go out and buy that fabric to give to Chantal Biya to sponsor the very regime. No way. We're not fools now. No way. How can we go out and celebrate our mothers, our wives, our aunties when your uncles are in the bushes? When your uncles and sisters are in Nigeria? When your grandmother was burnt alive in Kwakwa? When your grandmother was burnt alive in Bagundu? When you have as little as 10, 12 years girl child sleeping in the bush? No. It is all for one and not for all. If it does not meet you in Boya, if it does not meet you in Victoria, if it does not meet you in Tico, if it does not meet you in Bamenda, it will meet you someday. So we as women, as royal women, as mothers, as wives, we must rise up as one to say there is no Women's Day in Amazonia. There is no reason to celebrate. What are we celebrating? What can we really go out to celebrate? What? Look at the teachers in La République who went out to protest for pay, for arrears of pay. Look at them. They were arrested. You Catholic teachers, women, how much have you been paid? I was a Catholic teacher in Mount Carmel College for 2 years. I was a Catholic teacher in Sase for 2 years. How much did they pay you as a teacher? With 50,000 francs CFA. How much can you take to kill yourself? How much? How much? In other countries, the government takes care of the salaries of mission teachers. How much? I lost my own teacher who died months ago because he had some sickness that if he had money, he would have been safe. But Prof Tano died because he had no money. The mission abandoned him, and he died. So I say that there is no reason for us to go and celebrate Women's Day. What do you have to celebrate? You mission teachers, you workers, to go out, put a uniform, march, and you come back and eat. Tell me, what are you marching for? What are you asking? You should be asking for a better pay rise. Will you have that? You that you work in CDC, our parents in CDC, in Pamol, how much do you earn? We have many of us that we have our parents who work in CDC, who work in Pamol. You know how much, you know how you slept in one little bungalow. You know how you slept in CDC camp, how you suffered to be out to where you are today. How much did your mother earn? You know the stress that your mother, your parents did. Extra work. Jangi, borrowing money to send to school. So how much? How much? So there is no way, there is no reason we should go out to celebrate our Women's Day. So our mothers, let us call our mothers, let us call our sisters, let us call our aunties that there is no reason on earth for us to celebrate Women's Day in Amazonia. And even those of you in La République who are not watching me, who are on the phones, sit home. What is there? To go and buy a fabric. That fabric has been produced by Chantal Biya's foundation. When you buy it, that money goes to Chantal Biya. Chantal Biya is already rich. She will be rich for the next many years she will live on earth. Her family will be rich for the next years you live on earth. So why take your little money to go and buy a fabric, to sew on you, to go out and dance? You will drink beer. You will buy again beer. The very beer that will still fund the regime. You see, you are doing two funding. One, you fund Bazaris by going to drink that beer. Two, you fund Chantal Biya by buying the cloth. So you fund them in two different areas. Why our people are in the bushes crying? Why our young girls can't go to school? Why our mothers are mourning now? Why Sam Sawyer wife is crying with the husband with 5 children? There is no reason we should accept that. So again, let's begin this campaign. Let's make videos. Let's make posters. Let's send text SMS. Let's make calls. Let's do it our way. Let it reach from the north to the south to the east and to the west of Amazonia. Let it reach to every angle. That again, we will stay home. We will not go out to march. We know that the regime is using the Women's Day as a political tool. We know. I've seen it nowhere that a Women's Day in which they are even supposed to march and protest against the government low pay. They are even supposed to march and protest against Catholic low pay or Presbyterian low pay, to march and protest against CDC. But we are marching and instead happy, dancing. And the regime is using it as a political tool. There, we know that in Boya, in Kumba, in Tiko, in Bamenda, they will likely bring the wives of SDOs, DOs. We know that they will send secular to the universities. Any university male, female teacher who doesn't come will be sanctioned. That's it. Why should the regime even force you to go and march on the Women's Day? It should be free will. You should be proud to go and march that I am a woman, I have the right. But as a woman, what rights do you have? How many of you are in the government? How many of you women are in top positions? How many SDOs do we have as women? Let me talk that way. How many SDOs do you have as women? How many women are in a position of power in the Cameroons? How many of you? So, how many of you? So it's the time to stay home and protest. Stay home and protest. Don't go out. So please, let us tell our women, let us tell our girlfriends, let us tell our concubines, let us tell our jumbas that today is the 1st of March. We have 1 week to the Women's Day. Let us go out there, you activists on Facebook, you, the consortium of social media commenters. That's one of what I've seen. They say people who always comment, they call themselves consortium of social media commenters. You consortium of social media commenters, go out there and comment and share the message. Tell our people, make calls. You that in Amazonia, send text messages. If you can produce flyers, produce flyers. If you can talk, talk. If you can sing, sing. Whatever you can do to sensitize our people that 8th of March, we must stay home and don't go out to celebrate, because the regime is using us for their own political sake. The regime, I've not seen that anywhere, nowhere, even in USA, in Ghana, nowhere. The regime doesn't use that for a political means. Only in Cameroon, that they do that. Don't be surprised to see CPD people out there with their uniform, marching. That is how we have done. We have seen how in La République, those French women, they will dance, sing. Hey, you see, they will show you their parts. No. And the phones were not like that. We are a culture people. Yes, we have seen it. Even accidents happen on that day. You go out, you dance, and you lose your life. We have seen it in the past. In Douala, women, they will show their private parts. Hey, lo sae, lo via comme ça, lo women say lo sae, other French words, I don't even know. So please, let us use this day to sensitize the people that we must stay home. Because do it for Mami Happy. Do it for all the women who are now go to Nigeria in Cross River State. More than 40,000 there. 90% are women. They are all women. Let us do it for our people in Manu who have run away from their homeland. Let's do it for people in Bongé that have run away from their area and they are now elsewhere. Let's do it for Samsoya's wife, who she is mourning the death of her husband. Let's do it for all mothers, for all wives who have lost someone in this revolution. Yes, we can do it. Yes, we can. And we shall continue every day to remind you by text messages, to remind you by calls, to remind you on SCBC, on SCTV, on ABN TV, on every platform that we have as a moral duty to remind our people to campaign heavily to ensure that no woman born of a mother goes out there to celebrate, because there is no reason to celebrate. Your working conditions are very, very deplorable. It's very, very deplorable. Whether you work with the government or the mission, they are very, 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 very deplorable. Some of you even have poor relationship with your bosses. So it's a day for us to stay home and reflect. Yes, we can. So, Mama Medium, when you hear me for Amazonia, if you watch me now for Cameroon, if you watch me now for La Republic and for Amazonia, please let us share the message. If you are watching me abroad, please take this message. Let's do it. Don't wait on the interim government. There are things that the interim government must not say. I have come live now to start the campaign of boycott of March. Those are things that which is normal. Don't wait for Chris Anu to come and say boycott. Don't wait. There are things that you can do on your own without waiting for any instructions from anyone. Because we are all together. The interim government or the ARC or whoever can't do it alone. Let us together on our own take on initiatives to do things which pushes the struggle ahead, but not things that act in ultravirus with the known leadership. There are things we can do. So please, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and doing those things. I would like to end this show by telling Amazonians that we should not forget our sacred call. That our sacred call is to be our brothers and sisters keepers. On this note, I want to throw my unflinching and public support to Tapang Ivo Tanku, my able brother and friend who has come under attack in the USA by a so-called lawsuit. I want to assure Amazonians that we are together in this revolution, and that we as individuals, we Amazonians, we have our own excesses. But whosoever is for us, is for us. And whosoever is not for us, is not for us. So Amazonians, we must have heard what has happened to our brother in the USA. It's a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt against someone who has given his all for the revolution. He is a federalist, but I don't believe he's a federalist. I strongly believe Tapang Ivo is not a federalist. I believe deep with me that he is a restorationist, because his actions on Facebook, his what he says, what he does, is more than a federalist. So I'm calling on all Amazonians to please rise and support Tapang Ivo in the USA. Rise, because when you touch one individual, you touch any one of us. Tapang Ivo Tanku, my brother in the USA, if you are watching me, know that Mark Barata is with you. I'm with you in spirit. I'm with you in physical. Nobody will touch you. Nobody will touch your child. Nobody will touch your woman, your lady. I am with you. Know that Amazonians are with you. We are with you in body. We are with you with your family. We are with you in spirit. I know that anyone who comes against you comes against us. Anyone who comes against your family comes against us. Because we have been told that it is all for one and one for all. When the brother is touched, then you touch us. So please, if you are watching, I want us to give Tapang Ivo Tanku our unflinching support. He needs our support. He needs our encouragement. I have seen a GoFundMe that Yannick Sikot has made. Please, if you are watching, now I am formally endorsing that GoFundMe. Go there in Yannick Sikot, contribute, and let us raise that to $1,000. Let's raise it. Let's raise that $2,000 for Ivo to give it. Because sometimes the court is not always right. Yes. Sometimes they say the court, for those who have done law, and so sometimes don't think that when you go into the court and the court passes judgment is right. No. Sometimes because you didn't understand the legal terminologies, or you didn't have a good lawyer, but Ivo was there on his own. As one man army, he refused a lawyer. He stood in that court in Houston and he defended himself. I was with him all night. I listened to him, all what went through. I've been reading social media comments. I've been reading points. But I want to assure you that Tapang Ivo Tanku is a great guy. He might be someone who is full of ego. He might be someone who might be full of himself, like I know him. Myself and Ivo, we have fought on so many occasions. We have fought on so many occasions. We have argued. We have stayed for sometimes for weeks without talking. When he call me, I will not pick. I will shout at him. And he's someone who is very stubborn. Yes, Ivo is very, very, very stubborn. Someone who hardly listens to advice. But he knows that we mean good. So please, Amazonians, there is no way we will leave Ivo on the road. There is no way. We will not. We will show whosoever took him to court that we will use this same very social media. We will use this same very GoFundMe to raise the very money to pay. So please, Tabang Ivo, wherever you are, know that Amazonians love you. We love your little baby kid, and we love your wife. Remain strong and be happy, because it is all for one and one for all. That is my motto. That was how I was brought up. Right from UBT now. It is all for one and one for all. Yes. Yes, we can. That's it. This brings me to the end of this live show. And I hope that going forward, we will do ourselves justice by boycotting anything elections and by boycotting anything Women's Day. So if you are watching from Kwakwa, if you are watching in Ikilewindi, in Mator, in Three Corners, Fiango, in Bamileke Street in Fiango, in Church Street, in Kumambeng, in Bisek Junction, Boya Road, Awuza Quarters, Kosela 1, Kosela 2, in Fens, in Bagambagunu, in Moyoka, in Ekona, in Munya, in Albebukong Avenue, known now as formerly known as My 17, in Moliko, in Bonduma, in Small Sopo, in Bongo Square, in Bokwango, in Great Sopo, in Sase, in Boissa, in Tole, My 16, in My 4, in Victoria, Idinao, Mutengene, for Libe Road for Mutengene, for Tiko Road for Mutengene, inside Tiko itself, my people them for inside Tiko, for Long Street, for Lukomba, for Bamenda, for Ntarinkong, everywhere across in Amazonia, in Kitewum, in Tobin, in Kumbo, Squares, Mezam, Santa, Jidikinjim, Batibo, in Coupe, Bangem, inside Manu, for Bachwanta, for Kembo, for Atibawaya, for Takwai, Upper Bayang and Lower Bayang, for Akwaya, inside Dadi, everywhere, Bello, Fundong, Wum, Balinyonga, Balikumbat. Thank you for coming to this show. Make you know, say, the diaspora, for Mulang, for Bali, for Tinto, everywhere in Amazonia, Old Town, and also say for Konye, for Bangem, for Nguti, for my phone Quen. I guess I basically know now all the names there for Bambui, for Bambili, for Bafut, for Kendem, for Pinging. Everywhere across Amazonia, from north to south to east. And those of you who are there for Dubai, for Russia, for China, for Belgium, for Germany, for Finland, for USA, for Canada, everywhere, South Africa, and my able people there for inside Ikom, for Calabar, the whole of Nigeria. Thank you for joining this show. This brings me to the end of this show. I hope say on Sunday again, I will come live during our normal Sunday service. I will come live. It's good. I'll come live to remind us again of what we have to do. And I want to use the opportunity for congratulate the people of Bamenda. People of Bamenda. Most Bamenda people. You know, sir, Bamenda don't be Northwest. I'm talking people of Bamenda. People of Bamenda, I salute you very well. You have remained true to the revolution. You have remained true to the revolution. You are the champions of ghost towns. Even if the interim government calls ghost towns within 1 hour, 2 hours, we get up in the morning and we see that you have ghosted your shops. People of Bamenda, the 3 days ghost towns that you observe, you give a message to Nijon Fundi. You close your shops, not because you are afraid, but because you respect the decision of the interim government. Not because you are afraid, but because you are for this revolution. So I'm giving all those who are from Bamenda. If you are from Bamenda and you are in Bamenda, or you are abroad, I have to give a special 12th salute to people who come from Bamenda. You are the engine of this revolution. You are the political heart of this revolution. I know that Bamenda will never and ever forget you. For you have given us hope whenever we feel weak. Bamenda has given us hope whenever we feel that we are going. So we will not fail Bamenda. We make a solemn promise that even if we must fail, we must not submit to fail Bamenda. We must make sure that Bamenda rise again. And Bamenda will rise again. And Bamenda will rise again. For you, Bamenda, you are our mother. You are our father. Thank you, Bamenda. Thank you, Bamenda. Thanks for all what you've done. The struggle will continue. May God continue to bless us. It is now 8 minutes past 8 p.m. I know those in Bamenda are now in their homes because of the curfew. Do not worry. We know your shops are now closed. You are home. We know those in Boya, elsewhere, they are also home at this hour. But know that for every dark cloud, there is a silver lining. These things will not last forever. We will overcome it. And sooner or later, we shall sing, Hail, hail, hail the land of glory. We, the Amazonians, pledge our loyalty. We shall sing that anthem. Thank you very much, Bamenda. May God bless you. And thank you very much, Amazonians, from every part of the world. Those who are in the bushes, in the Bonge, Manu, those who are in prison and elsewhere. We thank you, Ground Zero, for staying true to this revolution. We thank you, Ground Zero, for not being distracted when we, the diaspora, will begin to fight amongst ourselves. We thank you, Ground Zero, for not being distracted when we, the diaspora, begin to get distracted. Because when we begin to get distracted, you in Ground Zero, you always bring us back to our path. We thank you, Ground Zero, for not losing faith in us in the diaspora. We thank you, Ground Zero, for not condemning us in the diaspora. We thank you, Ground Zero, for able to forgive us despite when we make our own mistakes. We thank you, Ground Zero, for the bond that you have kept with the diaspora. For we are only separated by the oceans and seas. We are only separated by the airs. But we are bonded by the common love to see Amazonia free. That is our bond. That is a bond which which has brought us together. The young, the old, wives, mothers, uncles, it has brought us together. And we pray to God Almighty. We call on Allah. We call on our ancestors that we shall continue, by God's grace, to keep this bond together. Despite our differences, to keep this bond. To bundle our republic out of Amazonia. Yes, we can. Thank you very much. And may God bless you. And remember that, Mark Beretta, your humble servant, I love you all. Thank you. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.